to our winner of a brand new vehicle at the Lucky Wheel.
Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another podium vehicle video. This happens to be the Pegassi Zorusso. It is a roofless car, but you can put the roof on in the mod shop, which we'll see a little bit later. I put this with... I'll just say my wacky cars. It's not really, but that's kind of what the garage is right now. It's kind of half and half. But it is with my Locust because they are both roofless cars. And that is also a windshieldless car. This one is not. I originally wanted to put this one and that one in one garage together, a two-car garage together, but we just can't buy enough that kind of garage space, so comes down to that. So it is in there with a bunch of other stuff. There are some other roofless vehicles, I think, in there, but yeah. Anyway, the ZR1 the Zorusso and the Locust are together. Anyway, the Zorusso appears to be based on the Ital design Zorusso, with its taillight shape based on the Bugatti Divo, and the rear diffuser as well as the engine cover possibly derived from Lamborghini Aventador SVJ. The bonnet or hood seems to be based on the one found on the Lamborghini Huracan Super Trofeo. So, yeah, it's basically a Lamborghini. Oh wow, that is actually straight from the Divo. That's so weird. Why is it? Alright. I don't believe this has scissor doors. I believe they are regular doors, unfortunately. But we will head down to LSIA, get a performance test. Ooh, I like the rims. I don't know if those are custom or stock or one-off, I mean. I imagine they're some sort of one-off. I can't tell if they're painted or if that's natural. I wouldn't know because I don't have one. But we'll head down to LSIA, get our performance test back and forth, all that stuff. We'll head into the mod shop and we will check out what Rockstar have put on and what anyone who owns this vehicle, including myself, of course, can put on it should they choose to. Alrighty, here we are down at LSIA, about to get our performance test. Before we do that, let's go ahead, open up all of the doors that will open. You can go ahead and click all. Okay, so we get the rear Decklid as well. Was not expecting that. You can see the very impressively detailed engine block there. However, underneath the engine block is a little less detailed. Still decent, but it's just not as much. Let's see if we can light it up a little. Yeah, it's not as good as the rest, unfortunately. It should all be good. It does look like we've got a hole in the lid though, so the engine kind of peeks up through. The interior is pretty basic, actually. No roof, obviously. Doors. Yeah. Pretty empty for the most part. The hood does not open. I imagine it is... Well, I imagine there's a little bit of trunk space in the front. I imagine these are kinda like a, not an S-duct, but you know, a vent of some sort for aerodynamics going up through the front of the car there. So yeah, we'll hop in and get our startup and get our performance and all that. Pretty standard for the game, if I do say so myself. Some revs. It's really weird having no roof and not having windows or the ability to put the roof up. Like, I feel like they should have completely, like, removed the windshield as well. Give it a more of an open top feel to it, I guess. It just kind of looks weird without the no windows, no roof, and no way to put the roof up, and with a windshield. But that's just me. So there's the brakes, brake lights, reverse lights. Not in that order, obviously. So you can see the Devo lights. They're regularly lit up when obviously the taillights are on, but they don't change based on like braking and stuff. Unfortunately. The headlights, they're alright. Go ahead and turn the high beams on. Just those end ones get brighter, and the Pegassi logo on the hood is lit up too. I like that. What about the license plate? Yep, makes sense. Illumination distance, pretty normal compared to the last one the last one we reviewed. Can't remember. The Taycan? I think the Taycan had extremely large, like, not necessarily illumination distance, but like just the range of how high it went on the sky and on the buildings and stuff. But anyway, we'll get our start up. We can sort of see the dash. We can kind of see the speedometer enough, so 20, 40, 60. See, that's the part that always confuses me. Is that 100 or is that 80? Or, you know, does it go 20, 40, 60, 100, or does it go, you know, I can't tell. There's definitely 220 and 240, though. I can see that, so maybe that's 180, 160. Although that then on the top looks like 120, so I don't know. It's all very confusing, but we will get our performance. Get the acceleration starting now. I can't tell which is 0 or which is 60, but you can probably get that there. Still climbing, I like that. Let's try and come over here. Try and see our top speed. So that's like 120, I think. Maybe 140 or so. It still sounds like it's climbing, but after that shift, it's not going to go any higher after that. But that's why we do our two-way. We can get both directions. Yeah, I can't really see what the numbers are, but we're in first person a little too long. We almost missed our turn. We did miss the turn. It's not that we were in first person a little too long. I was focused on the speed. But yeah, I think that's like 140 or so. Which, I don't know. I can't tell if that would be normal or not. But it's a decent speed nonetheless. We will get our brake check. Alright, so we're roughly top speed. We'll get our e-brake starting there. Ending there. So, just slightly past the end of the runway lights. We'll head back to the other side and get our regular brake. Reverse brake. Alrighty, so the regular brake from right there. Of course, as normal, it is much better than the e-brake. In comparison to other vehicles, it's roughly the same. Completely stock, of course. Performance. And possibly... Well, customization's not stock. There's no way to have stock customization. I mean, it depends on what you buy it from, or what you buy it as, but from a podium, or from the podium, it's just not going to be possible. In all honesty, I don't even think this is a stock color. This is more of a gray. But you could buy this car for almost $2 million. Upgrade it for 1.4 probably. So we'll head up to LSC, and then we'll head back to the garage, and that'll be it. Alrighty, Los Santos Customs, here we are. Go ahead, run through the standard customization options real quick, see what we can put on. Oh, look at that! What? Oh, and only the middle one functions. That's, man. Looks like no matter what option you have, it's only going to be the middle that functions. I mean, that's a solid sell anyway, so that's unfortunate. Oh, oh, that's hilarious. Rear bumper delete. That's awesome. That is awesome. I think... Oh no, the exhaust tips are actually real. Or the exhaust itself, I guess. The tips aren't even on there with the bumper delete, but... I like how you can do that, though. It's kind of interesting. I don't like the look of that. And that just gets... It just gets worse. This isn't too bad. But what is this? It just kind of looks like a shark with its like mouth open or something. I don't know. What the heck? Oh, okay. So you can either have... You can have the... I assume it's an air duct going through there. Or you can close it off. Give it a more... solid look? Would it be solid? I don't know. Gives it more of a... Honestly, it kind of gives it a better look, in all honesty. Honestly. Or you can have it open and that just removes that centerpiece. Interesting. Different options. We don't typically see that. Okay, so if you were to have it be the open, it would then line up better with that. Or you could do this one. No, I guess those aren't functional ducts, actually. Is the middle even? I don't even think the middle is a functional duct, so if you want it to make sense, keep it stock. Or you can close it off and do the clean one. That's kind of what the word I was looking for. It makes it look more clean. The horn, standard. I like the door handles, how it's not actually a handle. It's, you know, kind of gives it that supercar vibe. Unfortunately, they are not scissor doors, though. That kind of ruins the look, I guess. But it is what it is. Can't have everything. There really isn't too much difference in the lights there. It just gives it that blue, obviously, bluish tint. So this car does have liveries, and Rockstar have put on the black stripe. But you could also have none, or the tricolore, the Italian flag. It still shows back here, but it's hidden. It's not really, doesn't really make sense to show it back there, but unless you put it on top. We got the Flow Racing, the Zero Gas, Hinterland, Lucky Plucker, Pegasus. Alright, Ron. It's kind of... I don't know why that's so funny. It's just Ron. I don't know. And it's all caps, too. That's kind of funny. We got Rim Paint, Flint Tools Anteater, and that's it. 11 options, including none. The plate... the respray. I don't care about the plate. Rockstar put a unknown color on this car. It might be white actually, so you could be able to purchase this color from the shop itself. But that will change a majority of the vehicle. I don't know. I feel like the secondary color is red, and that changes the rims, the mirrors, the seat stitching, maybe the engine block as well. We'll see. I doubt it'll change the calipers, or maybe it'll change the calipers and not the rims. I feel like it's more likely the rims, though. If you look at this, the back of the car, I just noticed this. The rear, it kind of looks like that spoiler should be retractive, or at least like the event door, and move a little bit, not necessarily functioning as an air brake, but I feel like it should, but I imagine it doesn't, but it should do that. I don't think I noticed that. Okay, so secondary color is classic Formula Red. That also means it's metallic Formula Red, so it's got the pearlescent. And that will change the rims, not the calipers, the engine block, the stitching inside the car, and the mirrors. And of course, any secondary options, although I don't think I really noticed any. Crew emblem, somewhat small, somewhat large on the side of the door. It's considerably sized. It's right in the middle. So it's not too large, it's not too big. Or it's not too small, I mean, it's not too big. And of course you can put the carbon hardtop roof on. Gives it more of a complete look to the car. Gives the car more of a complete look. However, originally I figured I'd put this on, but I kind of like it without the roof. Especially considering it adds the mirrors. I don't know if that's like normal or if it just is like that. Or not the mirrors, the windows. I don't know if that's normal and I just didn't see it while I was out there or not, but anyway, I am going to keep it roofless because that, first of all, I have said many times, I'm not upgrading podium vehicles. That is the point of getting a free car, is that you don't spend any money on it. I'm keeping it completely however Rockstar choose to customize it. Plus, it won't go with the roofless vehicles anymore, so that's about it. Almost $10,000 if I were to resell it. Spoiler, okay, so we can change these, or we can add some of these. That's not bad. It's not quite wide enough. I do like this. It is secondary color, so there's your secondary option. I don't know if I mentioned it, but that did change the engine block as well, and you guys saw that anyway, so even if I didn't see it. But these are some decent. I feel like this one's too low for this car. This one's too short for this car. Kind of looks like a Corvette. I think that's the same spoiler I have on my Corvette, actually. This is just too high. It's too much. And then the ducktails are just, I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna have a ducktail, just buy the car that comes with a ducktail. Don't put a ducktail spoiler on. I feel like, or like a lip or whatever. I feel like that just kind of, I don't know. I don't like ducktails. Depending on the car, if it's like if it's bigger, honestly, I don't mind it. Like bigger than these. For example, the Need for Speed Mustang. I have that. I'm sure I did a review on it. I doubt it, actually. I'm sure I've mentioned it or showed it at some point during my entire doing GTA videos. I don't know. I'm positive that I've mentioned it or something at some point, but anyways, that's bigger, or if it's like the big ones with the like bolt-on or whatever, with the bolt supports or whatever, then it's alright. But I feel like you don't buy a car and then buy a tiny spoiler like that. Like, you either are gonna get a real spoiler, or you're just gonna buy the car with it on there. Anyways, enough of that rant. You can see the transmission difference in price. Obviously this is stock. You can hear the turbos, hopefully. You can hear the blow off, but I don't think I can hear the spool up. Yeah, I can't hear it spool up, but... Alright, wheel type. I imagine Rockstar have painted them black, so the secondary color will change that rim around the outside. I imagine... Actually, these are stock wheels, but... Well, they are black, I guess, so... those kind of blade pieces inside the spokes, in between the spokes, those look like they are black, so Rockstar have changed that. But the rest of the wheel obviously is black, the real options. Of course these are one-off, so I'm not even gonna look for what they could be close to. They are pretty one-off. Tire enhancements, tire designs, all this stuff is stock. Alright. Oh, windows. So you can tint the windows. The windows do exist. Doesn't change the engine block cover, which is interesting, but it's also, I like that. I feel like a light smoke is still too light of a tint. Dark smoke is decent, but I feel like tinting windows really does nothing for an open top car anyway, an open roof car. But hey, you do you, I guess. So that about does it. I'll head back to the garage then. Alrighty, here we are. You can hear the engine cooling down. Back in the garage, we got, of course, my quirky vehicles, weird, strange vehicles, and then we've got some open top ones up here. I did kind of include this half in the open top cars because it is half open. But there you go, the Pegassi Zorusso, based loosely on an Aventador. There are some obviously other vehicles in there as well. Always is, always will be. I assume, I can't imagine they will get full like permission or licensing or whatever to use actual vehicles, actual replica vehicles or whatever. But that is okay because it adds kind of a uniqueness to the game and to the cars. Of course, they're not ever gonna live up to the expectations of the real life counterparts, but it's just part of the game. So it's part of life. Not everything's gonna be perfect, anyways. Alright, that about does it, I suppose. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, press like button, subscribe, turn post notifications on so you never miss out when I upload new videos. Please leave a comment, I'd appreciate it. And that being said, I hope I see as many people as I can next video. Take care, everybody. Peace out. Yeah, alright, sick. Have a good one, y'all.